Police believe the 6-year-old boy has been sexually assaulted for at least the last few years.
A tipster says daycare workers alerted CYFD to the problem even before that, but nothing happened. Here's News 13's Alex Tomlin.
Dick, Jessica, we told you about Sean Dirosett last week, the accused child rapist who wasn't arrested at first but dropped off at a truck stop until police could get a specialist to interview the boy. Late last night, a tipster contacted me with much more to this story. Sean Dirosett is still in jail tonight from his Christmas time arrest, but a tipster says he should have been there much earlier. That tipster, who wants to remain anonymous, says Dirosett's 6-year-old son told daycare workers that his father was inappropriately touching him. That was 3 years ago. That tipster says the daycare alerted CYFD in 2009. CYFD spokesman Enrique Nail.
It's difficult to tell what happened in this case, and I'm not in a position to confirm or say that we had not received any phone calls.
CYFD was under a different director back then, and Nail says he has staff looking through all their records to see if a tip was called in. The problem is some tips are passed along to other agencies.
We have reports that are either screened in for further investigation or screened out. We also have a majority of our calls that are also cross-reported to law enforcement and to other agencies.
If the tip is vague, CYFD turns it over to other agencies to see what they can find. Once a call is screened out, CYFD says it's out of its hands.
We don't have a process where we track what happens with phone calls that are screened out.
Nail says any tip is important, but those called in by teachers and daycare workers are even more so because of how much time those educators spend with children.
Those are phone calls that we look very closely at and that we take very seriously.
CYFD says it's trying to track down if they did get a tip on Sean Dirosett and says it's possible that they did but no longer have the paper record of that tip. Jessica?
Okay, Alex, investigators are having to comb through paper records because CYFD didn't start entering tips into a computer network until 2010.